I hate intros. Let's go. Our brain, biologically, only has two fears. All the other fears that we experience can be traced down to these two. Those are the fear of losing your life and the fear of wasting your life. Any type of anxiety stems from those two fears. So that's what we need to work with. Let's talk about the fear of losing your life first. This is the fear that is responsible for social anxiety. Social anxiety isn't just a glitch of your brain, it's a survival mechanism that was useful in the past. In prehistoric times, being ostracized from society meant death by being eaten alive. If the whole society, the whole group you live in, doesn't like you, and they want you gone, you will not survive alone. Specifically, you will not survive because animals want to eat too. And what do animals like wolves or lions do when they see a lonely human with no other humans around to save them? They eat them. But animals are not humans, they're animals. They will not kill you first so that you don't suffer, they will eat you alive. That's why social anxiety literally stems from the fear of being eaten alive. That is the exact reason why you fear certain social interactions, like public speaking or cold approaches. Your brain thinks of it like, if I fail, I might get kicked out of the tribe, and then predators will eat me alive. Unfortunately, there is no easy fix for this type of fear. You cannot not fear being eaten alive by animals. The easiest fix is to try to do the things you're afraid of, and see that nothing bad happens. You aren't getting kicked out, nobody's angry at you, everything's fine, you just live normally. But I understand that it may be hard to do, so there is another way for you. And this way is to not try to actually suppress the fear of losing your life, because that's basically impossible. Instead, you need to amplify the fear of wasting your life, so that it makes you act anyway. Here is how it works for cold approaches. You see a girl that you like, but you're afraid to approach her. Instead of trying to suppress your anxiety, you need to start thinking something like, if I never approach her, then I'll never experience what it's like to date her, and I will continue being alone. So I must go and approach her right now, otherwise somebody else will. That way you use the fear of wasting your life to your advantage. It starts to overpower your anxiety, and you go and get the result you want. Later, when you do this long enough, you will see that nothing bad happens after you try, so you will get rid of your social anxiety anyway. Now, obviously, even though the fear of wasting your life can be used productively, it can also give you massive anxiety. Usually, this fear makes you doubt yourself and give up, especially when you set some big goal for yourself that you never achieved before and you're trying to move towards it. Your brain's reasoning works like this: I want to achieve this great goal, but I don't see how to get there now, so it must be impossible. I should give up and spend my limited time and resources on something else. It works like this because your brain is designed to save as many resources as possible. Laziness also comes from this. And to be honest, there is nothing incorrect about this reasoning. It is a completely rational fear. When you're just starting to do anything, there really isn't a way for you to immediately jump above your level and achieve all your great goals. In a way, it really is impossible for the current you to do it. But alright, I'm just teasing you. There is actually one mistake in this logic. The mistake here is focusing on the end result. If a 16-year-old boy will sit there in his room and think, how do I make $1 million? He will never find an answer. Never. He never made even $2,000 before. So how can he make $1 million? Instead, what he should do is he need to focus on the next step, however small it is. Imagine somebody comes to a boxing gym first time in life, with a goal to become the next heavyweight champion. If after the first training session, he'll start planning how to defeat the current champion, he will never find an answer. It is impossible for him to see it now. Instead, he should focus on the next step, then another one, then another. Sooner or later, he will get to the level required to start understanding how to challenge the current champion. You need to actually approach your goal first, and then start thinking about how to achieve it. The same thing applies to everything in life. You can't just upload your first video and get 1 million subs. You need to start with 1,000 first. You can't just go to work one day and make $1 million. Start with what you can do right now, with the resources you have now, and move into the right direction. Another type of anxiety is the general anxiety. The best way I can describe it is the fear of what ifs. Something like, what if I lose my job? What if my girlfriend leaves me? What if I'll never experience thing X? What if thing Y will suddenly happen? The reason why I'm talking about it after the previous two is because it's a mix of both fear of losing your life and fear of wasting it. This one is also the hardest one to fix, but it is absolutely possible. In order to fix this one, you need to see yourself as the main character of your own personal anime. I know, it sounds extremely weird and stupid, but think about it. When you're watching some shitty anime, after some time, you realize that the main character will always find a way. he will always emerge victorious, no matter what challenges he'll face. His story will continue no matter what. You need to start seeing yourself as that main character. If you think it doesn't make sense logically, because unlike the anime main character you can actually die, then you are incorrect, because actually it does make sense. It does make perfect logical sense. Statistically, if you are young, the chance that you will die anytime soon is basically zero, which means that your story will continue no matter how difficult it seems at the moment. It means that in the end, you will find a way to overcome all the difficulties. And I'm not saying it because hell yeah, I believe in you, try harder and you will overcome everything. I'm saying this because this is what statistics says. This conclusion is based on mathematical probabilities, and there is a much higher chance of you surviving and overcoming your difficulties than the other way around, especially if you believe in yourself and actually trying to overcome this difficulty. Now, what helped me to reframe my mindset is imagining myself in 10 years. When I did that, I realized that pretty much all the things I worry about on day-to-day basis will not be a problem in 10 years. Like, at all. I will not even think about it. So there is no point in worrying about them now. It's much better to start acting to fix those problems than crying about how hard it is. Another thing that helped me with that can be summarized as whatever happens, happens. Now, this is a very misused phrase, and it can sound like it's an excuse to not do anything and to not take responsibility. But actually, what it basically says is that there are things that are out of your zone of control, things that you cannot predict, things that can happen to you any moment without any fault from your side. But there is no point in stressing out about them, because you will fix them as they come, and you will find a way out. Think about it. When a nuke is falling on me, it's pointless to stress out. Whatever happens, happens. I'll just do everything I can do to survive. Because no matter what I do, no matter what I think, it will not change the nuke that is falling on my head. The only things I can do are the things within my zone of control. And those things are what you need to focus on. Once you implement all those mindset changes, the only thing left of your general anxiety will be the fear of wasting your life. And I already told you about it. So, if you have any more questions about any of this, please ask it in the comments. I'll be happy to make another video about anxiety. I see you in the next one. And remember, discipline is freedom.